parting gesture? Jin and Jungkook's mysterious embrace makes the ARMY anxious. A story full of emotions again shook the hearts of the ARMY. The moment between BTS's Jin and Jungkook caught on camera recently caused wild speculation among fans. A close hug that exists between the two not only implies the warmth of friendship, but also raises a big question mark. Is this a gesture of farewell? A heartwarming moment in a video widely circulated on social media. Jin and Jungkook are seen hugging each other tightly. No words were said, but their facial expressions seemed to speak volumes. Jin, who is currently serving in the military, looked so emotional when embracing BTS's Magne. Jungkook, on the other hand, lowered his head, as if holding back feelings that were difficult to express. Many ARMY immediately assumed that this moment was a sign of an imminent farewell. Jin has already been drafted into the military, and it is likely that other BTS members will follow him in the near future. However, is it true that the hug is a form of farewell before they are again busy with state obligations? Jungkook's facial expression becomes a highlight. What made ARMY's heart even more touched was Jungkook's facial expression. The golden Magne, who is usually known for his cheerful smile, actually looks gloomy in the moment. Some fans even suspected that Jungkook had shed tears before finally letting go of his embrace with Jin. Jungkook really looks sad. This is no ordinary hug, one fan wrote on Twitter. They must know something we don't yet know, another added. Many are wondering, is there something that the BTS members are keeping secret? Is this a sign that their time together as a group will be drastically reduced in the near future? Speculation of a split is back since Jin enlisted in the ARMY. The issue of BTS's breakup has continued to be the subject of heated discussion. Although Big Hit Music has confirmed several times that BTS is not disbanding, many fans still feel anxious. This concern was further reinforced by the decision of some members to start focusing on their solo careers. With this moment of Jin and Jungkook's embrace, speculation grew stronger. Some fans believe that they are preparing to face a new reality, where BTS will have to live each other's lives for a while. Jin, the older brother who is always there for Jungkook since the beginning of BTS's debut, Jin and Jungkook's relationship has been very close. Jin often plays the role of the eldest brother who always protects Jungkook, while Jungkook always relies on Jin in various situations. This moment of hug may not be just a sign of separation, but also a symbol of deep affection intertwined over the years. Jin is known to be attentive to the other members, especially Jungkook, who is the youngest member. In various interviews, Jin often expresses his affection for Jungkook and always makes sure that the Magne feels comfortable in the group. ARMY may worry, hope, or sadness. Although many feel that this moment is full of sadness, there are also those who try to see it from the positive side. Some ARMY believe that the hug was a form of support and strength for Jungkook to face the future of BTS with optimism. BTS is always together. This is not a farewell, this is just a new phase in their lives, wrote an ARMY in Weverse. However, for others, it's hard not to feel emotional seeing such a deep interaction between Jin and Jungkook. If this is really a breakup, I don't know if my heart can bear it, another fan wrote. What will happen next? Until now, there's been no official statement from Big Hit regarding this haru moment between Jin and Jungkook. However, speculation among the ARMY continued to grow. Will BTS really split up soon? Or is it just a temporary moment before they shine together again on the world stage? One thing is for sure, Jin and Jungkook's embrace has created a wave of deep emotions among fans. Whether it's as a sign of farewell or just an expression of affection, this moment will always be remembered as one of the most touching moments in BTS's journey. For ARMY, there is nothing more valuable than the togetherness of the BTS members. Although many questions remain unanswered, one thing has always been held firmly by fans. BTS is not just a group, but a family that will always be there for each other. So, is this really a farewell gesture? Or is this just the beginning of BTS's new journey? ARMY, what do you think? Farewell gesture or just a sensation? BTS's embrace of Jin and Jungkook sparks speculation. ARMY must think critically, since the emotional moment between BTS's Jin and Jungkook circulated on social media. Many soldiers have felt a surge of deep emotion. The tight embrace they shared gave rise to various speculations. Was this really a harbinger of separation? Do Jungkook and Jin know something we don't? Or is all this just a coincidence exaggerated by the media and fans? In the entertainment world, especially for global artists like BTS, their every move and expression is always the subject of conversation. A seemingly simple moment can turn into a big theory that sparks debate among fans. However, let's think for a moment. Is it true that these hugs have a hidden meaning? Or are we just stuck in a narrative created by the media and a fan base that wants to continue to feel close to their idols? Why is the ARMY so emotional? ARMY is known as one of the most loyal and loving fandoms towards their idols. Every little thing BTS members do is always in the spotlight. Even something that might be taken for granted in everyday life can become a big topic. No wonder Jin and Jungkook's embrace immediately caused a stir. However, have we ever asked, how often have they done something similar in the past? Is this indeed the first time they have shown such closeness? If we look back at BTS's various interactions since debut, we can find many equally emotional moments. So, why is this time so special? This could be due to the time factor. With Jin currently serving in the military and the possibility that other members will soon follow, it's only natural that the ARMY feels more sensitive to all forms of their togetherness. But is that enough to say that this is a farewell gesture? Or is this just a form of affection between brothers that often occurs between them? Media engineering or reality? We cannot close our eyes that the media are always looking for ways to increase public attention. News that is full of emotion, tension, and speculation is often more interesting to readers than news that is flat and ordinary. So, is it possible that Jin and Jungkook's embrace has been sold by the media as a parting gesture for the sake of getting more clicks and interactions? If we look at the various news portals, the narrative that is built tends to be exaggerated. Words such as mysterious hug, farewell gesture, and anxious ARMY are often used to appeal to the reader's emotions. In fact, it could have been just a natural interaction between two friends who have been together for years in joy and sorrow. As smart fans, we must be able to sort out which news is really based on facts and which is deliberately embellished to make it more dramatic. If we are not careful, we can easily get caught up in the wave of sensations created by the media for their benefit. What exactly happened? We must also consider other points of view. There was no official statement from Big Hit Music or the BTS members themselves saying that the hug was a form of farewell. Without direct confirmation from primary sources, are we not too quick to draw conclusions? If indeed this is really a sign of something big, shouldn't there be other, clearer indications? As of now, BTS is still active in various projects, and they continue to communicate with ARMY through various platforms. There are no real signs that they will part or experience a breakup. So, do we believe that this is the real moment of separation, or are we just getting too carried away? Is it possible that this is just an overreaction that does not have a solid basis? ARMY, it's time to think critically. As fans, it's only natural that we feel emotional towards our idols. However, we must also learn to think more critically and not immediately believe in every narrative presented by the media or rumors that develop on social media. The question we must ask ourselves is there any concrete evidence to support the claim that this is a sign of separation? Do the media and certain parties deliberately build drama to attract attention? Are we getting too carried away with emotions and not seeing the facts objectively enough? As a global fandom that is known to be smart and strong, ARMY must be able to sort out information well. We can still enjoy BTS's moments together without having to get carried away in speculation that is not necessarily true. Conclusion: statement or hoax?